Welcome guys to the XDashBoard for MT5. This is an indicator dashboard, and what's unique about this, you can put any indicator that you want within this dashboard. I'm going to show you how this works, so let's dive into it. Well, first thing, we'll start with the general settings. I'm going to talk about these settings into sections so you can get the idea of how this operating. First thing, we have general settings, we have symbols and time frame. Here you can put the symbols that you want and the time frame, and the separator between each symbol is this bar, or called vertical bar or pipe. This is the separator between each symbol. Also, you can write it in a lowercase or uppercase, it doesn't matter, it works. Also for the time frame, it works with the lowercase and the upper case, so let's keep it for default for now. All right, next we have symbol prefix and symbol suffix. Here we're some broker that support prefix and suffix like X in the beginning of the symbol and P at the end of the symbol. So if you're a broker that support this kind of prefix and suffix, you could enter those as well. Next we have indicator select. This is drop down list. I have a built-in indicator you can select from, and also I'm going to talk how you could use the custom indicator. So let's keep it for now to the default, it's RSI. So let's now attach it to the chart, and you could see how this works. This is the XDashBoard. Now, as you can see guys, here is the RSI indicator that we called within the dashboard, and this is the RSI values corresponding to each symbol and time frame. Okay guys, now I'm going to talk a little bit about the dashboard customization. Well, first thing, you can move it around wherever you want, you can minimize it, you can pin it, it's not going anywhere, and you can close it as well. Let's go to the settings. As you can see here, we have dashboard settings. We have row size and column size here if you want to make it wider and taller by changing these numbers. We have number of digits. We have now 2 digits, I mean after decimal point. If you want to set it to 3, we hit OK. Now it's 3 digits after decimal point. Also we have a font name. It's straightforward font name. We have font size, and also we have text color, horizontal header color. This is the horizontal header color, and also the vertical header color. It's set to green by default. You can change those as well. Alright, well, as you can see guys, it's so customizable. You can change the appearance however you want, but some people might say, well, alright, this is cool, I can see the values so clearly, but it's not that useful for me. So let me show you something how to get the most use of this dashboard. We go to the settings. Now we have here 2 sections. We have above condition settings and below condition settings. So what that means, guys, we set a conditional formatting for each cell. We have output display type. So what I wanted to show, we have also drop down list. Let me keep it to the number. Now the next setting, if the indicator value above or equal entry condition, in this case is 50, I want the text color to be the same, black, but I want to change the cell color to be yellow. Now let's see what's gonna happen. Alright, as you can see guys, now every cell have a condition now. If the indicator value is above 50, highlight this cell to be yellow. So This is really useful if you are monitoring multiple pairs on multi time frame. You could see that each time that the condition that you put is above, let's say the entry in this case is 50. Now show me, highlight this cell color. Also, if I don't want it to be the output display type to be number, for example, I want it to show up arrow. If we hit OK, now you see every cell that met the condition will show now up arrow with the cell color. Also, you can select bunch of those as well. We have down arrow, by label, cell label. For example, let's select by label. Okay, now everything is turned to a by, and the same thing goes with the cell, the below condition. For example, I want it to be also a number. If the indicator value is below or equal entry condition, I don't want to highlight for this time. I want the output display to be, let's say, cell label or down arrow. And let's keep this for the default. Okay, now as you can see, guys, every cell that have below condition will going to show down arrow, and the same thing with the above case. You can select however the output display will be in the output display in the above condition settings and the below condition settings. Also, guys, you can activate alerts for each condition. So for each cell you can activate alert for each cell. If this cell condition has been met, you can select those as well. So this is, guys, really unique. As I have told you, you can set this dashboard however you want with a condition based, not just numbers. Now I'm going to talk about how to add your own indicator into this dashboard. Well, first thing, you need the indicator file fully compiled and working on the platform, and you should put the indicator in your data folder. So here you can open data folder, go to MQL5, we have indicators. I have put previously this indicator called supertrend.ex5. Now this super trend is now attached on the charts. It's fully working, compiled. Now one important note, guys, make sure that your indicator have a buffer. What I mean by a buffer, for example, if I move the mouse around here, you could see this is the buffers. This is, for example, this super trend have 3 buffers, have filling, and super trend. Your indicator must have these values, have buffer, because some indicators does not provide buffers. So at this case, the XDashboard have no access to these indicators. Let me see the parameters for the super trend. We have period, we have multiplier, we have show as drawing filling set to true, we have 10, 3, and true. Let's see how we can call it from the dashboard. We go to this indicator settings, we go here. This is where we have we have indicator section for indicator settings. First thing, we need to select the custom indicator, because now its indicator is not built in, it's custom. We bring it from outside sources. We click on custom indicator. Next, we have indicator full name here, where we're going to type the name of the indicator that we have previously added. Super trend, it's called super trend. Indicator path we have from indicator folders, it's in the indicators folders. Also, you can choose an indicator from MQL5 market or from the example folder. Just make sure, as I told you guys, it's fully compiled and working on the platform. So now we have indicators folder. Now we have parameter. We have up to 5 input parameters. If you set this to blank, the dashboard going to call the indicator with as a default parameters for it. So let's keep it this way. We have next, very important, as I told you before, we have indicator buffer number. So guys, this is, let me close this right now. This is the indicator buffer numbers, as I told you before. So this is buffer number 0, this is buffer number 1, and this is buffer number 3. You should give it what buffer you want to enter. So let's go back to the dashboard. Now it's set to indicator buffer number 0, it's 0. We have indicator buffer candle. So what I mean by that, you see each candle, each time the mouse goes to a candle, the buffer changes. So as you can see, the buffer changes the value as the mouse moves. So for example, it's set to 0, it means the first candle to the left. If you want to set it to 1, you give the value for the next candle. It's also 0 for now, but you get the idea. So let's hit OK and see. Okay, maybe all right. This is have been changed because I have removed it. Super trend indicators folders. Let's keep this for the default for now, and we hit OK. As you can see, guys, super trend has been called successfully in the dashboard, and as you can see here, it's called super trend. That means it have a successful call, and we have the values. But now because we have 2-digit decimal points, we can change this to, let's say, 5, because this indicator is on chart, it's not on the sub window. So let's say 5. Alright, so now we have the super trend values for each symbol and time frame, and in the 0 buffer and 0 candle. Now guys, I'm going to talk a little bit in details for the indicator parameters and how you can change them. In the super trend, we have 3 parameters, as you have seen before. We have period 10, multiplier 3, show as wrong filling is set to true. So now let's say if I want to change these, here's what I'm going to do. In the first parameter we have, let's say it's if you set it to all blank, it means it's going to call with a default parameters, and this dashboard support up to 5 parameters. It means the first 5 parameters, and the other parameters going to be called as default. So first parameter we have 10, let's say we can change it to 12, and 3 to 2, and this is just keep it true. You can write it true as well as it's shown in the super trend. Let's hit OK now. As you can see, the value has been changed to the new values that we have entered for the setting of the super trend. So let's keep this back this to the default, or maybe I should try something else. We have 3. Now let's me do something that will show you some kind of error, so we can see how this works, because also the XDashboard is filled with error handling. So let's put this to false as the third parameter. Let's put it to false, and let's hit OK and see what's happened. Alright, as you can see, guys, we have null values for all the symbols and the time frame. And also pay attention above here, this is where the status bar we have error indicator buffer is empty. Now why is that? If we go back to the super trend, if we set the third show as wrong filling to false, see what's going to happen. Now we have filling filling number 0 and filling buffer number 1, they are both empty, so mean there is no values in it because we're set it to default to false. Just the super trend, which is the buffer number 0, 1, 2, buffer number 2 is only showing the data, so that's why it's not showing any values here. So to fix that, we can give it the right buffer. So indicator buffer number is set to 2 because we have 0, 1 and 2. Let's hit OK. As you can see, guys, now it's back to normal. It retrieve all the buffer values for the buffer number 3. In this case it's 0, 1 and 2, buffer number 2 in this case, and also the status bar active, it's called active right now for the name. Just keep an eye on this and make sure that it says active in the status bar. Now guys, I want to show you something that you may have noticed or not. The super trend values is on chart, not like the RSI. For example, we have 0 to 100. The values is from 0 to 100 here, but for the super trend it's on chart value. It means it shows the prices of the charts. So how you are going to apply the conditional formatting here for the above and the below condition, I'm going to show you how this works. So maybe you have an indicator that shows on chart values, not on the sub window. Here is how we're going to do it for the conditions. So we have above condition, we set to number, but here we have indicator value above or equal entry condition. Instead of a hard number like 50 in the previous example for RSI, we're going to write close. It means the close price. So if the indicator value above or equal the close price for the corresponding symbol and time frame, highlight this cell to be yellow. Let's see. Alright, as you can see, guys, now every cell, if the indicator value, in this case it's super trend, above the close price of, let's say, Euro USD 1 minute, it's going to output the condition for it. And also not just close, you can write open, high, low, close, ask a price, and also bid price, same thing here. So there's basically no limit to how you're going to use this dashboard. You can also customize it however you want and give a condition values with your own indicator. Just make sure, like as I have told you before, the indicator that you have for the chart is having a buffer. So guys, this is it. Also this dashboard is open for suggestions and improvement, because this also may have a lot of updates and suggestion from you guys. And I have mentioned also this have a lot of error handling. So for example, if there's no time frame here, let's say it's a blank, so it's going to show error, cannot load time frame list, make sure input time frame is correct. So guys, this is it. Try it for yourself, test it, and let me know. Thank you so much.